Happy Sunday, December 14, 2025, beautiful spiritual brothers and sisters. This is America's energy conservation efficiency expert. As the founder of OneHouseOffTheGrid.com that you see here, and also author of upcoming New York Times best-selling book about increasing your mind span titled How to Die of Nothing, and Passive and Residual Income While You Sleep as a Pro Network Marketing Coach, Danny Zen, coming to you live from the Northern Hemisphere with sunrise number 707, coming to you from my public balcony here on the 6th floor of my condo in South Florida. I'm going to go really fast because I'm not earthing, and I hate holding an electronic device without having my bare feet on the ground. I'm going to go very fast. The next 15 minutes or so, you're going to learn about how to have real health insurance, learn what over 90% of doctors don't even know about, as well as to make America truly healthy again. I just saw a video clip with RFK Jr. there and talking about regenerative agriculture. Although that's nice and all, but we're still missing out on some key things, okay, such as the harms of non-native or invisible man-made electromagnetic fields, as well as the fundamental importance of getting full spectrum sunlight, okay? Never ever missing the sunrise. Probably one or two top wellness and longevity keystone health habits, okay? So you can be able to afford some of the things I'm going to show you. As always, make sure you recondition your thinking about how to earn money by having a mindset shift. Watch Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant concept video at least 100 times. As you see here on the link, one of these two links there at the bottom. Okay, these are the 4 legal ways to earn money so you can actually look forward to Mondays instead of dreading them. Build your own dreams versus somebody else's. Have leverage and have a business that you own instead of it owning you. Make sure to view and study the images and other videos on my How to Own Your Life document that you see there at the link at the bottom, or tinyurl.com/more hammock time should work as well. Should you fill out the Time Freedom Coaching Google form, just leave me a voicemail at that 786-441-2727 with the date and approximate time of your submission so I can go through it and see if I want to go to work for you, okay? So I'm going to walk on over to my condo unit to show you some things. Towards the end, I'm going to go mention some local incentives and rebates should you be in the South Florida area when it comes to energy conservation, efficiency, and also renewable energy, okay? So for those that don't live in South Florida or know anyone that does, you can skip the last 5 minutes or so of this video. So let's go ahead on over to my condo. As always, the theme of Sunday is sunlight, solar energy, as well as energy conservation and efficiency. Now, for any young people listening to this, the Earth gets more sunlight, more energy from the sun in just 1 hour of the sun striking the Earth than all 8 billion of us use in one entire year, okay? That's an amazing, astounding fact. If we could just capture that, such as through solar thermal for water heating and pool heating, as well as solar electric panels, okay? Before I take my last breath, I want to make sure I've done everything I can to speed our country's and our planet's transition to clean, renewable energy. Before talking about solar, just remember it's always cheaper to save energy than it is to make it, okay? Again, it's always cheaper to save energy than it is to make it. Make sure you watch the videos either on my Brighteon or my YouTube OneHouseOffTheGrid.com channels, okay? So this is my condo. This is actually a temporary, this is a inheritance from my late grandmother who passed away a few years ago in Taiwan. And so, talking about energy conservation, I know I didn't go over it in detail last time, but if you happen to be in a cold climate, this is a very unlikely tool to help counter climate change and sea level rise and save on the heating part of your energy bills, okay? This is made with NASA-inspired technology, made by a company called Oros Apparel, O-R-O-S, Apparel by Michael Marksberry and Rithvik. I can't pronounce his last name. But this is amazing. It's got proprietary solar core material. You don't have to be a skier, but if you want to get creative, and should it be super duper freezing, you get an Arctic blast like happened in Texas back in February of 2021, where actually over 111 Texans and Mexicans died. This is important because you will die if you suffer from hypothermia, extreme cold exposure for 3 hours or more. And this is yeah, I know I'm crazy that I have this in South Florida, but it did snow in Miami, if those remember that back in 1979 or so, okay? It did snow. So it's got a built-in hoodie and a bunch of pockets, okay? And it's very, very thin. It's only like a 2 millimeter thickness of their solar core material, made with something called aspen aerogels. Okay, it's got the lowest thermal conductivity of any material on the planet, and I don't know if they've got a patent on it to put it into solar core material into this jacket. I think this is the Oros Apparel Parka, but you can learn more and also even get their beanie. They've got men's and women's pants. I'm just trying to find the beanie. I think I had it in one of these pockets. So a lot of pockets. And they should have a sale, I believe, still going on for the holidays. Okay, this is their beanie. It might just be $40. I think a full price on the jacket was like $450. I had a discount on it. Enter my code, which will get you $50 off your first order, which is tinyurl.com/shop Oros. Okay, again, tinyurl.com/SHOPOROS. Okay, that'll give you $50 off. That's their logo. And so, yeah, amazing warm. I mean, if it's great if you work in you're a butcher or slaughterhouse or somewhere like you have to walk into a freezer or a refrigerated warehouse. So pretty amazing stuff. And I'm just preparing for the worst as an extreme, only like the quote says, only the paranoid survive. It's going to eventually have a weird freeze blast here in South Florida, just like it happened in Texas. Okay, these are black swan events, and I just cover my butt. I hope for the best, but I prepare for the worst, for those that know me as a prepper. So that's that for the, I guess, a unique way to save on your heating bills. I want to mention in terms of energy conservation, one of my partners, I did mention last week's video, AM Conservation, okay, to save on your refrigerator from having to run unnecessarily long. Let me show you, turn on some lights here. This is a fridge thermometer, okay, so you don't have your fridge and freezer set too cold than it needs to be. I think the fridge should be between 36 and 40 degrees Fahrenheit to prevent bacterial growth. And this is just a really, really simple, fridge thermometer, analog. And I've got one in my freezer as well. And you could just, check on that. You want to check it in the morning after the fridge is run. And, make sure it's not too cold or too hot. Okay, again, generally below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So that will save your fridge from having to run unnecessarily long. And for those that know me, I shut off my circuit breakers to minimize electromagnetic fields. And so if you happen to, please contact their senior account executive, Paul Young, there in South Carolina, only if you can place full case orders, okay? Again, only full case orders, but you can see more of their other products such as weatherization. They've got power strips like you see there. These are a utility company grade Trickle Star brand. I've got a few of them and they're amazing. They've got ceramic MOV transistors to prevent fires, which is amazing, safety. And again, the website's A as in Alpha, M Mary Conservation.com, formerly known as AM Conservation Group. That's one of their Pro Series surge protector. I don't know if AM Conservation carries that. I got it directly from their website. Currently going to get set up with them for some discount codes, hopefully in a vanity link, so stay tuned for that. I'll let you know when tricklestar.com/one house off the grid is live, or any discount codes, okay? So that's AM Conservation for energy conservation to eliminate vampire or phantom plug loads, okay? And I should have set up, I usually set up my laptop on my balcony to get some of the near infrared rays during sunrise time, as you see there. But the next thing I want to mention, since it is sunlight, solar energy, Sundays, if you're just not able to get outside, once you invest in a game-changing, world's first 95% ultraviolet B vitamin D light therapy system. Before I forget, I want to offer everybody a huge resource, okay? This is game-changing. This is my newly updated, the best books, videos, experts, resources, and more, all about light and vitamin D, okay? Others have made videos such as, is light an essential nutrient, or is light more important than food? I would argue yes, actually, okay? And you'll learn why. And again, this is a document on Google Drive as well as my Proton Mail cloud storage. I've got multiple links in case I decide to ban Google that owns, the Gmail Drive. But get this huge resource, game-changing, so you can educate yourself about sunlight, okay? By going to any of these three links that you see there, okay? tinyurl.com/light for dummies, sunlight and vitamin D info, or the best videos about light, okay? If you have trouble accessing these documents on Google Drive, just leave me a voicemail with your best email address at 786-441-2727, okay? And I think, what else? This other link should work here as well. Where did it go? Okay, well, yeah, so everything's there. There's a bunch of videos. And to learn more about the game-changing 95% ultraviolet B vitamin D light therapy system, so you can get your vitamin D levels to as high as mine, which was, this was a few years ago. I got to get it redone again. But look at that, ladies and gentlemen. This is done by, they no longer offer it, but it was done by Omega Quant Analytics Lab, which offers omega-3 index levels testing. But this is 58.9 nanograms per milliliter, okay? This was a couple Halloweens ago, but this was a lot higher than what I had tested over 10 years ago. It was as low as, I think, 13, okay? And so 58.9, it's probably closer to 88 right now, and I'm trying to get it to like 100, like Dr. Jack Cruz, as well as Dr. Gundry, okay? So you can learn more and get this, well, at least the omega-3 index test when you go to tinyurl.com/know your lab numbers, okay? KNOW, your lab numbers. That will get you the Omega Quant, at least for the omega-3 index, okay? But if you want to order one, you can order from Life Extension. Just go to lifeextension.com/how to die of nothing, all letters, or enter my code DANNY, DANNY, at checkout. Again, lifeextension.com/HOWTODIEOFNOTHING, so you can get your vitamin D levels up to reduce your risk for all-cause mortality, okay? And to view this quote-unquote PowerPoint, by the way, you can also visit my Linktree/Vitamin D for Dummies site, which will also take you to my Luminova affiliate link. This is game-changing, probably one of the top 3 biohacking, wellness, sleep, and longevity tools. Blows away a lot of other things, okay? Well worth it if you're really serious about your health, okay? Formerly called Energy, by the way, is the company. This is an article titled "The World Epidemic of Sleep Disorders is Linked to Vitamin D Deficiency," and you can view again this quote-unquote PowerPoint presentation by going to any of those links that you see there. Okay, tinyurl.com/energy PowerPoint, ENYRGY PowerPoint, or tinyurl.com/95% UVB lamp PowerPoint, okay, or the second one that you see there. And so that's that. If you're not able to afford $3,442 for the Luminova Vitamin D Light Therapy System, which looks like that, you only need to use it like 2 to 4 minutes a day are the sessions. I will be ordering this really soon. Let me just show you what are some other pictures. Gentlemen on the back, okay. For the home use model, there's no app required, and I think you can use it for just up to maybe one time a day, I believe. And then these are some comparisons of the unique value proposition of LumaNova's 95% UVB vitamin D light. It's consistent dosing, uniform irradiance, mobile app, eye-safe design, only 5% ultraviolet A, okay, and made in final assemblies in the USA, and compared to other people, okay, other brands. So let's see here, what else? And this is a paper actually by Dr. Michael Hollick that shows how using LEDs of a certain wavelength actually increases vitamin D levels in the human body more effectively than efficiently than even the sun itself, which shocked me, and he actually told me that on the phone a few months ago when I called him, okay? But anyways, check this out. If you can't afford $3,442, they do also have a commercial use model, which I think is 14,000 plus, which allows multiple users. You can get something called the SPRT, and I'll show you that in a second. I just wanted to pull up their website. This, by the way, is going to take you to my shortened LumaNova affiliate link, tinyurl.com/LumaNova Vitamin D Lamp. Okay, use that and share it with other people. You can also become a free LumaNova affiliate on my team by filling out a form that will be on my Linktree/Vitamin D for Dummies site. Okay, let me see where that is. Yeah, just go to Linktree/Vitamin D for Dummies. Okay. And so the commercial use model, let me just show you that. Okay, so it says 6 users for the home model and unlimited users for the commercial model is $13,995, okay? And you can expect to double your vitamin D levels in 90 days is what it says, but everyone's different. All depends on a ton of factors. Okay, you can get my 16 factors that determine how much time you have to expose your skin to the sun in order to get adequate amounts of vitamin D. Should be somewhere on my Vitamin D for Dummies resource guide. Okay, actually these are, you can visit one of those links that will get you that huge comprehensive list. Okay, so that's that in terms of LumaNova. For a more affordable option to have better sleep, reduce your risk of all causes of death, get the SPRT lamp that you see here. This one's only 60% ultraviolet B and I believe 40% ultraviolet A. It's got a convenient timer. I luckily have it stuck because I just keep this sucker on all the time, okay, to counter the effects of any COVID-19 quote-unquote vaccination jabs if you took, okay. You can learn more by visiting tinyurl.com/ what is my shortened link? Just go to better than any vitamin D pill, okay? tinyurl.com/ better than any vitamin D pill, or just enter my code Danny, D-A-N-N-Y, when you check out at SPRT.com, okay? They've actually been around since 1933, believe it or not. It's crazy. Let me see here. What else? So that's for light. If you want to get something fancy, which I happen to be the country's possibly first distributor or dealer for a game-changing fiber optic solar daylighting system. This is a game changer, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so happy I saw a video on YouTube about it. They had an installation in Minnesota. They also helped a Google office somewhere in the US with this system. It's both residential and commercial, ideally for new construction, but it's possible to do retrofits. I'm still training, so be patient with me should you contact me for a free quote for your home and or business. This is amazing. It's made by Piranslight.com. I think it got acquired by a bunch of Chinese investors. That was formerly a Swedish company. Okay, head on over to Parans, P as in Peter, ARANSLIGHT.com to learn more about their different models. And this is just amazing. It brings full spectrum sunlight, at least on one model, 100 meters or 30 floors into the deepest parts of a building. Okay, it was introduced actually in 2003. You can see some case studies, all the applications, and the benefits as well. Okay, you can also view a white paper that's on my Linktree/fiberopticdaylighting Linktree site that you see there. Okay, Linktree, just remember to put a dot up here before the double E, and then /fiberopticdaylighting, and it'll take you to a white paper called Perron's Light Guide. You also see how it can help architects. Definitely want to work for architects. So check that out. Complete game changer. Okay. By the way, in terms of sunlight, there's some more additional things on my newly launched primary nutrition stores. I'll obtain that domain name, primarynutritionstores.com. This is what RFK Jr. and his team there at Make America Healthy should really focus on. Okay, this is going over the three-legged stool of quantum biology. This is my light water magnetism e-store. It's taught by retired brain surgeon, Dr. Jack Kruse. Make sure to binge watch him. That's spelled with a K, Dr. Jack, Kruse, so you can raise your IQ by 30 points or more, and learn how to eat up to 66% less food. Seriously, 66% less food, okay? To view this world-class lineup, it's going to solve so many problems, okay? Like I said, regenerative agriculture is important, but this is really paradigm shifting and extremely disruptive to big pharma. Just visit any of these links that you see there, okay, to view this world-class lineup. I'm still lining up probably almost 10 more other partner suppliers and vendors. tinyurl.com/3-legged stool of quantum biology. Although it's not listed here, that'll take you to a more reliable version on Proton mail drive. Again, tinyurl.com/3-legged stool of quantum biology, I believe, or tinyurl.com/light water magnetism store, like you see there on the bottom. Okay, I won't go through it. I'll do another deep dive video that'll go through all of the different items on this, but check it out. Okay, complete game changer. The other thing I want to mention is my home of the future. This is America's safest, healthiest, and greenest homes of the future. It's going to max out on daylighting, okay, since the topic of this video is sunlight. And it also have, I don't know why the images didn't come through, but you can view the features and benefits of America's safest, healthiest, and greenest homes of the future by visiting any of those links there. Just watch my video. I'll redo another one since I've added a ton of things to it by visiting tinyurl.com/home of the future video, okay? Or tinyurl.com/safe, healthy, green home builders is my primary version, okay? If you want to be help me out with becoming an artist or architect to do some artist sketches, renderings, as well as build a prototype, just contact me, either the previous number mentioned or my cell phone, 305-297-9360. Okay, again, 305-297-9360. It's also going to be known as Circadian Mito House. I'll obtain that domain name, Circadian for circadian rhythms, aka chronobiology, and Mito short for mitochondria. I just want to show you my cool business card. It'd also be called Tesla Passive House, okay? Since I am also the executive director of a future nonprofit that's called Tesla Electric Institute, as you see here on that cool, fun business card, okay? But that's my information. My toll-free line, it's not on there, but it's 1-800-250-8975, okay? 1-800-250-8975. The other thing I want to mention, if you happen to place an order for any of the Omega Quant testing kits, at least for their omega-3 index or maybe prenatal or nursing DHA levels they offer, just forward me a copy of your order confirmation email and send that on over to dct3@cornell.edu, okay? That's my primary email address, D Delta C Charlie T Tango, the number 3@cornell.edu, okay? So that's it for light. In terms of solar, by the way, you gotta check these bad boys out, okay? This is the world's first portable solar generators. and power stations and optional solar panels that comes built with built-in EMP protection or protection from electromagnetic pulses, whether man-made like from a high altitude nuclear detonation or natural like from a solar flare, technically called a coronal mass ejection. Head on over to energytech.com, and as a gift to you for being a loyal listener and or subscriber, enter my code, referral code, which is, it's kind of long there. It's E Echo Z Zebra C Charlie G Golf L Lima 1019 that you see there, or my shortened Energy Tech referral link, which is tinyurl.com/generator with EMP protection. Okay, again, tinyurl.com/generator with EMP protection. So that's that for solar. The other thing I want to mention is, let me see here. Okay, if you're not in the South Florida area, don't know anyone who is, you can skip this part. I'm going to go over some incentives. If you're in the city of North Miami and you own a commercial building, they've got a $10,000 small business green rehabilitation grant. Okay, just Google that. City of North Miami small business green rehabilitation grant. That's for $10,000 to cover things like lighting, HVAC, insulation, and others. Okay, check that out. Call me, since I have some partners I can refer you to that will do some of the energy upgrades. They've already rewarded small business owners, and there's some very detailed requirements. You can fill out their application. Okay, I won't go into it deep dive. I'll do a separate video about that. The next incentive in South Florida is where I'm at. The city of Lauderhill has a $2,500 revolving loan fund for any upgrading the EnergyStar.gov rated appliances. Just Google City of Lauderhill's revolving loan fund. Okay, $2,500. It's interest free for up to 24 months, I believe. Okay. Next rebate incentive, if you're in South Florida, is City of Boynton Beach's Energy Edge rebate. That's, I think, $1,500. This is free money last time, unless things have changed, and it can even cover insulation, even solar, thermal at least, and even solar electric. I know that's not much, but it's still free money. Okay, go to City of Boynton Beach, that's in Palm Beach County, Energy Edge rebate. Okay, I believe it's $1,500. The other thing is, if you happen to be in the city of Surfside, there in Northeast Florida, they've got a they've waived their solar photovoltaics permitting fees indefinitely. Okay, so that might save you about $1,000. You can I spoke with their then mayor, who helped get that to be a reality. Again, they waived all permitting fees for solar photovoltaics for any property owner in the city of Surfside, town of Surfside. Okay, this is just their article that proves that. Okay, and they will expedite the permitting of solar photovoltaics. Then Mayor Daniel Deach, I spoke to and met. Actually, he's a fellow Cornell alumni. Okay, so that's that for City of Surfside. Make sure you let them know so they can save about $1,000 on the permit fee. That's then Mayor Daniel Deach. And then the last incentive is the City of Hollywood has a $40,000 owner-occupied neighborhood pride program. That's a conditional 10-year loan. It's more for, exterior things like fencing, landscaping, maybe your garage. Not necessarily energy conservation, but they might cover roofing as well. So just Google City of Hollywood, Florida's $40,000 neighborhood pride, owner-occupied neighborhood pride, I don't know what's called, grant program or something like that. Okay, so that's that for local incentives and for Sunlight Solar Energy Conservation Efficiency Sunday. If you want to earn extra money, contact me after looking closely around the ONE, houseoffthegrid.com. And if you would like to get a free net zero energy or off-grid consultation, just fill out the Google form that's on that Linktree site, Linktree, linktr.ee /one house off the grid. Okay, should you fill out the form either to get a consultation and learn how to say goodbye to all your energy, water, grocery bills, and maybe even have up to 2 years worth of water and food stored. Leave me a voicemail at either of those two numbers with a date and approximate time of your successful submission, okay? And I'll go through that, and make sure you watch the video that's titled Solar, Strokes, and Social Security. That'll be on this Linktree site, or just go to tinyurl.com/1 HOG pre-launch video. Okay, I'll have the links in the description below this video. Anyways, take care, beautiful spiritual brothers and sisters. This is the quote-unquote general of the U.S. Clean Air Force, Danny Zen, out. Let's go do this, by the way. Because the greatest threat to our planet is the belief that somebody else will save it. Again, I want to repeat, the greatest threat to our planet is the belief that somebody else will save it. Lastly, if you happen to be, I'm going to give you my address just in case there's an extended grid outage, which is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Just didn't say, you can't say that I didn't warn you, okay? If you are a billionaire or someone in a position of power, instead of wasting your life, I'm located here at this address as I need startup capital to build out some of my massive business opportunities. Will be the next unicorn billion-dollar company, the likes of which I already mentioned. You know, my Tesla Passive House or Circadian Mito House, to build America's safest, healthiest, and greenest homes of the future. They'll actually be the cheapest homes because you won't have to spend $250,000 on chemotherapy, because you'll be your mitochondria and biology will be very, very supported. You'll get some of the best sleep of your life by living one of my future homes. Okay, I'm located at this address that you see there, 7081 Environ Boulevard, E Echo N November V Victor IRON Boulevard, apartment 639 in Lauderhill, Florida 33319. Okay, I'm just north of West Oakland Park Boulevard and east of North University Drive. Just dial pound 711 and I'll buzz you in, okay, into the elevator lobby. Again, pound 711 after you showed up here at 7081 Environment Boulevard. Of course, schedule in advance as I'm not always in, and trying to meeting with local mayors to help them establish electric microgrids. So anyways, take care, beautiful spiritual brothers and sisters, and let's go do something very, very meaningful and special and do the next to impossible. And that's, believe it or not, shutting down the remaining 241 coal-fired power plants and as many of the 99 nuclear reactors that we have left in this country, okay? Let me see what else here. Oh yeah, that's a time freedom coaching Google form. Fill that out. Only if you're ethical, hardworking, highly ambitious, great attitude, ideally entrepreneurial, well-connected, and can easily afford no more than, $2,000 or so for some startup money for some part-time home-based big business systems, okay? tinyurl.com/time freedom coaching. And again, if you happen to place an order for anything mentioned, just forward me a copy of the order confirmation email. Send that on over to dct3@cornell.edu, and then leave me a voicemail with a date and approximate time of any emails, okay? Take care, everybody. Thank you for your kind time and attention. And let's go do this, okay? Bye-bye.